call the meeting to order. Jason, would you lead us in the invocation?
I sure will. Let's pray. Father God, thank you so much for allowing us to meet as a board today, Father, and we just ask for guidance and wisdom during this time, Father, that Lord, that you'll guide us as a board in making decisions that would be pleasing unto you for this school district. In your Son's precious name, amen.
Amen. Okay, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
I'll make the motion, Shirley.
Bill, second. Okay. All in favor, Shirley?
Shirley.
Yes, say yes.
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
Okay. Next, we have discussion of approval of the educator in residence grant modification.
Okay, Miss Pauline, did you get the updated agenda with the addendum on it?
I did on my cell phone, but I thought it was just one thing, that rescinding thing. That's not it?
It is, but it's not. It's number 3. It's been moved to number 3 on the agenda.
Okay, so that's what we need to make a motion on, that to rescind that resolution to adopt the interim procedure changes.
Yes, ma'am. That would be 3.1, and then I can go over 3.2, which is the new resolution.
Okay, did y'all get that?
Yeah, I did. Shirley.
Okay, can I get a motion?
I'll surely make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Jason will second.
Okay, all in favor, Charlene?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
Okay.
And then 3.2 would be to approve the revised resolution.
Okay. So do
Yeah, I'll read it to y'all just a second, go over it. So 3.2 was to approve the revised resolution to adopt interim procedure changes for the 1920 school year due to COVID-19. And the only change was we wanted to reword on the original resolution. We had that the final average would be the average of the first 3 terms for the school year for full year courses. And we wanted to change that to say that the final average would be no less than the average of the first 3 terms. So the student average may actually go up, and that would be the change.
okay.
Just depending on what they've been doing with the teacher and some special circumstances.
Oh, okay. Okay, do I have a motion?
Shirley.
Jill will make the motion.
Shirley, second.
Okay, all in favor, Charlene?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
Okay. So our next one, I'm confused. Sorry.
Yeah, we just need to add a number to each one of them. So now we're on 4.
We on, okay, the 16 section land?
Well, it's actually 3. I jumped ahead there again. So we're on 3, which is the new number. Yeah.
The transportation between the further nursing home.
3.2. Okay, hold on. 3.1, approval of the educator in residency grant modification.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm
I
sorry.
got the wrong one. I got it pulled. Okay. Okay, approval of the educator in resident grant modification, that one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I would like for you to explain that one.
Sure. We have an employee who is actually working for MDE, but we manage the payroll for that through an agreement with the Department of Ed. And since there were some changes in state retirement and health insurance, MDE sends us an adjusted grant amount. But this person is actually working through the Department of Ed. We're just managing the payroll services.
The only difference was the 186.
Yes, ma'am.
48.
Right.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it. And the state actually sends us those additional funds.
Okay, I'll make the motion, Shirley.
Jason will second.
Okay, all in favor? Shirley,
Yes.
Jill,
Yeah.
Jason,
Yes.
and Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
Okay. Next is approval of the emergency situation transportation agreement between Pearl River County Hospital and Nursing Home.
Yes, ma'am. You know, we've had this agreement as long as I can remember, that in the event of like a natural disaster such as a hurricane, that the nursing home can use our buses to transport those in their care.
Oh, okay. Do I have a motion?
Farmer makes the motion.
Charlene, second the motion.
Okay. All in favor, Shirley,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Jill,
Yeah.
and Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
Alice? Okay. All right. I'm confused here. I'm sorry. I got a mega headache.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
next is 3.3 is the approval of the alternative school agreement with Pearl River County Schools.
Yes, ma'am, that's it.
Okay, I think I'm on track. Okay. And I have questions, I mean,
Not much has changed. You will notice this agreement went up slightly, but that is just in line with payroll that has gone up over the last 2 years across the state with employees. So the rate went up just slightly.
Same number of students.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I make the motion, Charlene.
that's
Jill,
it.
second.
Okay. All in favor, Shirley,
Yes.
Jill,
Yeah.
Jason,
Yes.
Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
Next, we have 3.4 approval of the psychometric services contract for 2020-2021 school year with Kenny Peavy.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Peavy has been performing his duties, and we've been under an agreement with him for probably about the last 10 years, and we just wanted to continue those services.
Motion?
Charlene make the motion.
I didn't get it. Who?
Charlene make the motion. Jill, second.
Thank you.
Okay. All in favor, Shirley,
Yes.
Jill,
Yeah.
Jason,
Yes.
Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
3.5 approval of the speech therapy services contract for the extended school year 2020 with Lambert Therapy Services.
Yeah, the next set of these requests deal with extended school year, which we do are required to provide services to some students. This is for speech therapy for this summer.
Okay. Jill made the motion.
Charlene, second.
Who seconded?
Charlene, second.
Okay, all in favor, Shirley,
Yes.
Jill,
Yeah.
Jason,
Yes.
Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
Okay, yes. 3.6 approval of the psychological services for 2021 school year with Dr. Robert Severe.
Yes, it takes a medical doctor in order to provide these services, in which we have to contract out for. So
Where are you located?
out of Hattiesburg Clinic.
Okay. Okay, motion.
Jason will make the motion.
Charlene, second.
Okay, who's second?
Jill.
Okay.
Jill, second.
Okay, all in favor, Shirley,
Yes.
Jill,
Yeah.
Jason,
Yes.
Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
3.7 approval of the physical therapy service contract for 2020 to 2021 school year with Dragon Physical Therapy.
Yes, ma'am. There again, just we don't have anyone within the district to provide physical therapy services, and we've used this company in the past, and we'd like to continue that agreement.
Where they located?
Out of Carrier.
Okay.
Shirley,
I have a motion.
Charlene make the motion. Farmer, second.
Okay, all in favor? Charlene?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
Self, yes.
And I'd like to say for all these services, we have to take multiple quotes and go with that provides the best services at the amount in line with what we're requesting. So all of these have been, have to go through a bidding process for quotes.
We've had them for years, right?
Right, we do.
Yeah.
We have.
Okay. 3.8, approval of the occupational therapy services contract for 2020 to 2021 school year with Brandy Anderson.
There again, this is another service that we've had for several years, again, for occupational therapy.
Motion. Do I have a motion?
Jill? Charlene make the motion.
Jill had made it.
Okay, Charlene second.
Okay, all in favor? Charlene,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
and Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
Okay. 3.9 is approval of the extended school year application for special education for the summer 2020 extended school year for special education.
We have to make application to the Department of Ed for our extended school year services. As you've looked through this agreement, many of those people that we just approved are actually in this agreement as outlined as performing services. We do get reimbursed for a portion of this school year, extended school year activities, and that's the reason we have to make the application to MDE.
Do I have a motion?
Jill make the motion. Charlene second.
Okay, all in favor? Jill, Charlene,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
Okay. 3.10, approval of the asbestos continuous service contract for the 2020-2021 school year.
Yes, this is with Pickering, and we've actually been with them for several years now to provide, they have to come in and monitor the asbestos that we do have within the district, make sure it's mitigated, covered up, and following the federal guidance and laws with how that is treated.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Charlene make the motion.
Do I have a
Jill
second?
second.
Okay, all in favor? Charlene,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
Next we have 3.12, approval to purchase 2 school buses.
Let's go back to 3.11 about the annual plan, if we can.
Approval of the annual local plan update.
Yes, ma'am,
Did I skip that one?
you did.
I did. Okay, I'm sorry. 3.11. Approval of the annual local plan update for additional teachers academy program for 2020-2021 school year.
Right, this is pretty much what it says. We'd like to implement a teacher academy at our CTE. So we're submitting a plan to MDE because they will help pick up some of the costs associated with the startup cost and with the teacher unit. We get reimbursed a portion of it. So this would be a new program in addition to those that we already have at the CTE. It allows the students to, gauge their interest in becoming a future educator.
Oh, okay. Do I have a motion?
Farmer make the motion. Charlene second.
Okay. All in favor? Charlene,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
and Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
Okay. And yes. Okay, approval to purchase 2 school buses.
Yes, you know, we have approximately about 30 buses running on a daily basis in the district when we're in session. And if our plan is, if we can buy 2 a year, that we'll keep up them current, and that's about what it takes in order to make it through the lifespan of a bus. Now, we had originally talked about purchasing another ones, but with the way funding predictions may look in the future, we feel like 2 right now is safe. We may come in the future and ask for another one, just based on what happens with funding as we progress, you know, through COVID issues and things like that. But right now, we wanted to purchase 2. We didn't purchase but 1 last year is the reason we were wanting to do 3 for this year. But for right now, we're sticking with 2.
Oh, okay.
The one that caught on fire, it was total loss, right?
It was, except the motor. So they're going to be using the motor from it.
Oh, okay, well, that's good.
Right.
I'll make the motion. Jill, second.
Okay, all in favor? Shirley,
Yes.
Jill,
Yeah.
Jason,
Yes.
and Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
Okay, next we have 16 section land matters. 441, approval of easement lease request for section 16 township 2 south range 14 west.
Right. We have a potential landowner that's wanting to build a home on a piece of property that's located right next to some of our 16th section land, but it's off of Gumpond Bell Road, and they don't have access from that road. So this is their request for us to give them an easement. It's approximately 50 feet wide by 188 feet long. And then the next item on the agenda, if this is approved, is the actual agreement and the lease agreement in order to do that. Do y'all have any additional questions about it? It's on a piece of land that doesn't have trees or anything. It's right off the road, and it's, like I said, it's 50 feet wide and almost 200 feet long in order to access their property.
So we just leasing it, that little piece to them?
Right, correct.
And it doesn't have to go through the state?
It does,
State
and that is the next item on the agenda.
The next one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Jill, make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Charlene, second.
All in favor? Shirley,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
Next we have 4.2, approval of the 16th section public school trust land driveway easement agreement for section 16 township 2 south range 14 west.
Right, this is the actual agreement. Now, we went through the Secretary of State's office. They helped us with this agreement. It would be for $100 annually for the first 5 years. At that point in time, we would reevaluate the value of that lease, but this would be a 24-year lease with reevaluation of the amount that should be agreed upon every 5 years.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Charlene, make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Jill, second.
Okay, all in favor? Shirley,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
Okay.
And we will send this to the Secretary of State's office, and it has to be recorded at the courthouse with the requester's expense. So we'll take those next steps.
Okay. Policy revision addition. 5.1, approval of revision addition to policy instructional programs.
As y'all can see here, this was just some minor updates. For example, the service animal policy. the word prior approval was not in that policy, which we definitely need prior approval on that. Promotion and retention was that the notes section needed to be fixed for formatting issues. And then the upper elementary's promotion and retention did not list their language arts class, and it needed to be added as being needed to be passed before promoted. The technology and instruction section just needed to be a separate policy with IJR, which is number 4, which is what we added to that section. And then other than that, just making sure our numbers match the accountability standards and accreditation standards. So that was basically it for those policies.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Jill motion.
Charlene, second. Mr. Farmer, second. Okay, all in favor, Charlene?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
And yes, okay. Next we have financial. Do we have to go one by one or?
Yes, ma'am. Since we're not all here in person, we need to.
Okay, approval of the financial report for March 2020, 6.118, bank account, cash reconciliation summary, and certification. Do I have a motion?
Charlene make the motion.
Jill, second. All in favor? Shirley?
Yes.
Jill? Yes. Jason?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
And yes, okay. Cash balance statement, do I have a motion?
Jason makes the motion.
Farmer, second. All in favor? Shirley?
Yes.
Jill?
Yeah.
Jason?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
And yes, okay. I skipped, which one? I'm on 6.13, see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Statement of revenues and expenditures. Do I have a motion?
Charlene make the motion.
Jason will second.
All in favor, Shirley?
Yes.
Jill?
Yeah.
Jason?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
Okay, and yes. 6.14D, budget status statement. Do I have a motion?
Jill a motion. Charlene second.
All in favor? Shirley?
Yes.
Jill?
Yeah.
Jason?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
And yes. Okay. 6.15E is cash flow statement. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Charlene second.
Okay, all in favor? Shirley?
Yes.
Jill?
Yeah.
Jason?
Yes.
And Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
Okay. 6.16F balance sheet. Do I have a motion?
Jason makes the motion.
Jill, second. All in favor? Shirley?
Yes.
Jill?
Yeah.
Jason?
Yes.
And Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
And yes, okay. Financial report for March 2020. 6.2, approval of audit service fiscal year ending June the 30th, 2020 and 2021 audit services.
And I'm gonna let Sam jump in here real quick and explain that one to you.
Attached is the proposal from Fortenberry and Ballard. They're the ones that performed our audit last year, and everything worked out fine. we're gonna go ahead and go with them for the next 2 years, since we're allowed to go with them for 3 years, and then after that, we'll look for additional services from another company.
Okay. So do I have a motion?
Jason makes the motion.
Farmer makes the motion. All right, Mr. Farmer and Jason. Okay, all in favor, Charlene?
Yes.
Jill?
Yeah.
Jason?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
And myself, yes, okay. Next we have, number 7, personnel recommendations. 7.1, approval of resignations for the 2020-2021 school year. Do I have a motion? Farmer makes the motion. Jill second. Okay, all in favor, Shirley?
Yes.
Jill? Yeah. Jason?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
Yes. 7.2, approval of transfer for the 2020-2021 school year. Do I have a motion?
Charlene make the motion.
Jill second. Okay, all in favor. Shirley?
Yes.
Jill?
Yeah.
Jason?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
And yes. 7.3, approval of extra duty recommendations. Do I have a motion?
Jill, motion. Charlene second.
Okay, all in favor. Shirley?
Yes.
Jill?
Yeah.
Jason?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
And yes.
And y'all just let me know if you have any questions, but I think y'all are going through those okay. I'm not jumping in unless y'all need me.
Okay, that's fine. 7.4, approval of personnel recommendations based on approved pay scale. Miller, pending qualifying criminal background checks, release from existing contract, and or receipt of valid teacher's license. Not that one, I don't understand. Approve of personnel recommendations.
Right, these are for replacing those that have retired or transferred out of the district for next year.
So Jill motion. Sorry. These are new hires.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Charlene second.
Okay, all in favor, Shirley?
Yes.
Jill?
Yeah.
Jason?
Yes.
And Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
And yes. 7.5, approval of the summer feeding program employees and pay scale for the summer 2020.
Y'all know we're going to continue with our feeding program as long throughout the summer as we get approved for and is available. And this is just the pay scale that we'd like to introduce. That's pretty much in line to what we've done in previous years.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Charlene make the motion.
Jill second. Okay, all in favor. Charlene?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Mr. Farmer?
Yes.
And yes. Okay. 7.6, approval of section 125 flexible benefit plan adoption agreement.
And I'll let Sam jump in on this one as well.
This is our section 125 plan. This is where it's pre-taxed out of our payroll. And due to the CARES Act, they have added some additional items that you can purchase over the counter to be deducted. And so we have to add that to our plan.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right, do I have a motion?
Jill motion.
Farmer second. Okay, all in favor. Shirlene,
Yes.
Jill,
Yeah.
Jason,
Yes.
Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
Okay. And I have the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
Shirlene make the motion.
Jason will second.
All in favor? Shirlene,
Yes.
Jill,
Yeah.
Jason,
Yes.
Mr. Farmer,
Yes.
and yes. Okay. Reminder and information. 9.1 budget hearing set for Monday, June the 8th, 2020, for fiscal year ending June the 30th, 2021. Do we have any questions or comments?
Did it have the time on there?
Yes, it's
5
at
o'clock.
5 PM, so it'll be prior, yes, it'll be
You're
prior
gonna get a
to,
reminder, right?
this is your reminder, but yes, Danielle will probably remind each of you.
Yeah, June the 8th, Samantha. You know, I can't remember yesterday. Okay, and then we have 9.2 district-related updates regarding COVID-19.
Right. And back to the budget hearing, we'll have the hearing at 5 and then the regular board meeting at 6 on that night.
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll talk about whether or not we can meet in person or if we need to continue with teleconferencing.
Oh, okay.
But we'll sort of gauge where we are and get with y'all on availability. On 10.2 was just district-related updates regarding COVID-19. Of course, I sent y'all the announcement regarding graduation. We're still working out the details and logistics of those items, but we're looking forward to having graduation on June the 26th. And then if we can't gather appropriately with the social distancing precautions in place, then we will move to the next available date that we thought might be possible on July 24th. So, and then I do believe the seniors got an announcement today about how they were going to have a senior celebration next week. So I'm sure they're all preparing for that. And we'll get more details out to y'all as well as when we narrow those down. But everything else seems to be going fine. We've got award ceremonies and those sort of things taking place next week virtually. So that information is going out to parents this week. We're on a new learning curve. We're going to spend the summer preparing for next year in a multitude of ways. So we still have a lot of work to do and a lot of preparing and just different things that we need to get together over the summer. So we're going to be busy.
Okay.
Across the
So those
district.
graduation, if they have them, will they be at Per River or outside on campus?
It's going to be on the high school, at the high school football field at 8
okay.
o'clock. We chose 8 o'clock based on our history with the sun shining down on the field at that time and the heat. So we thought 8 o'clock we could avoid both of those
Oh, yeah.
things.
Okay.
But I think our seniors are excited about all that, and like I say, we're trying to get all the details worked out.
Oh, okay.
I think that's great. We've been able to at least set a date, whether we get to do it or not. You know, at least it gives them something to look forward to.
Right.
With that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Shirlene make the motion.
Jason will second.
Okay, all in favor? Shirley,
Yes.
Jill,
Yeah.
Jason,
Yes.
Mr. Farmer,
Yes.
and yes. And it's all right. Thank you, good people.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good
We'll
night.
see y'all
Good day.
June 8th.